Topic 1. Typhoon Kalmaegi causes significant devastation in the Philippines with 26 fatalities and widespread destruction. Typhoon Kalmaegi has struck the Philippines, resulting in at least 26 deaths and extensive damage. Flooding, primarily in the central regions, has trapped many people on rooftops and submerged vehicles. A Philippine Air Force helicopter en route for humanitarian aid crashed, leaving 5 crew members missing. The typhoon, with maximum winds of 180 km/h, is expected to move past Palawan into the South China Sea. Several areas, including Cebu and Bohol, reported fatalities, with Cebu still recovering from a recent earthquake. Before the typhoon made landfall, over 387,000 people evacuated, leading to suspended maritime traffic and canceled flights. The Philippines is a disaster-prone country, facing about 20 typhoons and storms annually. Topic 2. Starbucks sells majority stake in China operations for $4 billion, indicating strategic business shifts. Starbucks has decided to sell a majority stake in its China operations to investment firm Boyu Capital for $4 billion. This deal is considered one of the most valuable transactions in recent cases of global consumer companies divesting their Chinese operations. Starbucks will transfer 60% of its retail operations in China to Boyu, while retaining a 40% stake and licensing the brand and intellectual property to the new entity. The total value of Starbucks' business in China is estimated to exceed $13 billion, including the proceeds from the stake sale and the value of the retained shares. The company is adjusting its business strategy due to intensified competition and economic slowdown in the Chinese market. This transaction is expected to help Starbucks expand its operations in China, particularly into smaller cities, with completion anticipated in the second quarter of the 2026 fiscal year. Topic 3. China criticizes the Netherlands for exacerbating chip supply issues, impacting global technology and automotive sectors. China has criticized the Netherlands for seizing control of the Chinese-owned semiconductor company Nexperia, claiming it disrupts the global semiconductor supply chain and could impact automotive production. The Dutch government took control of Nexperia due to national security concerns, prompting China to halt exports of Nexperia products, which have recently resumed. This situation has led automotive manufacturers like Volkswagen, Honda, and Nissan to warn of potential production halts. The US and EU are working towards a long-term resolution, while China urges the Netherlands to refrain from interfering in Nexperia's internal matters and to collaborate constructively on supply chain issues. The Netherlands is seeking a cooperative resolution with China, and the US has added Wingtech Technology, Nexperia's parent company, to its list of companies deemed a national security threat, raising concerns among global automakers about production disruptions due to semiconductor supply constraints. Topic 4. Trump administration addresses social welfare by distributing half of November's SNAP benefits amidst economic challenges. The Trump administration has announced plans to distribute half of November's SNAP, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, benefits in response to economic challenges. This measure aims to prevent 42 million Americans from facing food insecurity due to a potential government shutdown that could halt SNAP benefits. Following orders from 2 federal courts for the USDA to use emergency funds to continue the program, the administration plans to allocate $4.65 billion from a $5 billion emergency fund for November's SNAP benefits. However, this funding may not be sufficient to cover the entire month, and some beneficiaries may experience delays in receiving benefits due to system changes and administrative issues. President Trump stated that SNAP funds would be provided if the courts offer appropriate legal guidance, warning that a halt in SNAP benefits could be devastating for millions of Americans.